Hey guys, this is Mark from HelpMeFlourish.org. Today's video is going to be a guide for graduates containing some tips to help you with the job hunting process and land your first job out of university. Now, for a lot of university students, it can be an intimidating time coming out of your degree. You may not know what you want to do, and you may not know how to go about getting a job, depending on the industry you're in. This video will have 6 tips for you in order to help you with the job hunting process and to land that job that you really want. Tip number 1. Break down the process. The job hunt and the full job application for a graduate can seem intimidating. There's a lot of different things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be doing things like resumes, cover letters, phone calls, extended applications, group interviews, one-on-one interviews. It can all be quite intimidating and overwhelming if you look at it as one big picture. By breaking down the process, you are able to focus on just what you need to do at each one time. Don't be fooled into thinking that when you send through a resume for an application, the point of that is to get a job. It's not. It's to get you a phone call. The point of the phone call is not to get you the job. It's to get you a face-to-face meeting with them. If you can do these things and break down the process, understand why you're doing each thing, it may help you to refine your application and really get your foot in the door. Tip 2 is attention to detail. Now, in the graduate job market, there are a lot of candidates out there and there aren't a lot of things differentiating them to employers. Yes, some might have done internships or some others might have done honours years, but realistically, there's not much difference between them. What you can make it do to stand out is to get those details right. Make sure your resume is really well formatted and stands out. Make sure that you have obviously no grammatical errors or typos in it. You make sure your cover letter is personalized. Make sure that it stands out and speaks to the individual company that you're applying for. All of these details will help you stand out, and it will give them one less reason to say no to your application. One of the things you cannot control as a graduate or as a job hunter in general, you will never be able to control the employer and make them give you a job. You can have control over their ability to say no to your application. Don't give them an easy reason. Number 3, it's a numbers game. As a graduate, you will have to apply to a lot of jobs in order to get your foot in the door at a company. There's a lot of competition out there, and the reality is that a lot of the time, businesses are just going to pick something else. So as much as quality is important with your application, quantity is just as important too. Put some time aside, a few days a week, get those applications done really well, send out a couple of dozen or however many you need to do, and really make sure that you have your name out there in front of companies that you want to work for. Tip number 4, every little bit counts. Do not think that I don't need to have a LinkedIn profile because I haven't had a professional job. Don't think that, I don't need to worry about personalizing my cover letter. There are candidates out there that will be doing those things. Once again, you want to give yourself the best possible image in front of employers. When you do these things, make sure you have a nice photo on your profile page. Make sure that you have a really good cover letter that is tailored to the name of the person posting the job. You want to make yourself stand out, and you want to make sure that every little thing that you're doing as well as applying for jobs really stands out. Tip number 5, ask for feedback. It can be really depressing when you're applying for jobs, as you're going to find that a lot of the time you're just going to get a lot of rejection emails, maybe some rejection phone calls saying that they liked you but you didn't get the job, or there was a lot of candidates of a very high caliber and you were unsuccessful this time. There's not much you can do about that. They will pick who they want to pick. What you can do to help your chances though is to get feedback. Call them or email them and ask why they decided to go with someone else. Ask why there was another individual who went ahead. What made them stand out, and was there a way that you can improve? If you do those things, you might find that you pick up little tips along the way that you can apply not only to your graduate job hunt, but to future career development as well. Job hunting is something you're going to be doing more and more throughout your life. So getting it right now can really make a huge difference in the long run. Tip number 6, stay positive. During this process, you are going to get a lot of rejection emails in all likelihood. You are going to find that a lot of people are simply going to say no to you. You want to make sure that you stay positive, try and learn from why that happened, and move on and learn from it. Okay? You need to make sure you stay positive, that next job is round the corner. If you don't stay positive throughout the process, Employers might see you as more bitter than another applicant or not as excited about the opportunity. You want to assume that every job is going to be the one that could get you there. They will love that energy, that enthusiasm, and it might just make you stand out amongst the sea of other candidates that they'll be looking at. Now, if you can apply all or some of these tips that I've gone through from here, you may very well find that it makes the process less difficult, less time consuming, and allow you to secure a job that you really want rather than just the first job that's available. I do want to finish up by just saying that I was not a good university student. I failed a lot of units. I took longer than I should have to finish. I didn't do any internships. I didn't do any extracurricular stuff to make me stand out. But what I did do is understand the process that you go through to get a job. And in doing so, I was able to get a job 2 weeks before my graduation ceremony and a lot faster than other people who may have had better experience and a better application than me. Try and stay positive. Try and learn as you go through the process. And remember that you might be applying for 100 jobs, but you only need one. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to check out our channel and subscribe if you like the content. If you want to learn more about us as a business, I encourage you to head over to HelpMeFlourish.org and get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Number 3. What was number 3 again? Hang on. Number 3 was... shit. Hang on. Let's keep going. You can edit this out, right?